Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's August 11th, 2016. It's a date when written out that looks a lot like the upcoming election date, November 8th, 2016, 8s and 11s. In this video, I'm going to expose why the big story today was Donald Trump calling Obama the MVP of ISIS. This is another contrived story by the numbers, by the date. On August 8th, it was the Trump tax plan. If you're new here, I talk about gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, and how the media scripts news stories day by day. Trump equals 88 in gematria, so does tax plan. He unleashes his tax plan on August 8th, 8-8. The next day, August 9th, he makes a comment about Second Amendment people, a possible hint at maybe somebody should shoot Hillary. Not the words he used, but what he was implying with his words. Amendment in gematria equals 89. It was about the Second Amendment. Also, that's the day that leaves 144 days left in the year. That is the number connected to political assassinations all throughout history. Lincoln, JFK, even presidents who weren't supposedly assassinated, such as William Henry Harrison, the first president to die in office, who died on 4/4, April 4th. Then yesterday, we got the climbing of Trump Tower, exactly 113 days before it turns 33 years old. If you haven't seen my videos decoding these stories and all that's within them, I'm going to link the playlist in the description that's just the stories from the last few days. Last week, I showed how the Purple Heart story, where the audience member gave Trump a Purple Heart, was by the numbers. Every single day, Donald Trump's headlines are by the numbers. I don't want to make a video about it every day, but right now the stories are ripe, so I'm taking them apart. CNN for most of the day had this headline: Trump, Obama is ISIS MVP. That headline in gematria sums to 84. Just like United States of America, very special number in the history of the nation, Revolutionary War equals 84. The Twilight Zone hit TV show, which was written by Rod Serling. Serling in gematria sums to 84. 84 is also very special to the president, who has an August 4th birthday, 8/4, and Obama in Jewish gematria also sums to 84. He's from the land of Lincoln. Lincoln was assassinated on a date with 84 numerology, dying April 15th, 1865. 4 plus 15 plus 65 is 84. The president who saved the United States of America, right? With regards to this 84 coding, it connects to Obama and Trump. If you add up all the divisors of the number 44, they sum to 84. Obama's the 44th president, but only the 43rd person to be president. Trump's trying to become the 44th person to be president. Remember the word birther in gematria sums to 44. Donald Trump made the birther argument popular at the beginning of Obama's presidency, suggesting that maybe he was born somewhere else, his birth certificate's not valid. Obama ran on hope. Hope equals 44. So anyway, today's August 11th, 2016. It's the 224th day of the year. Terrorist strike equals 224. We're getting these headlines about how the president, according to Trump, is the ISIS of MVP, this supposed terrorist organization. We're also in the 224th year of the French Republican calendar. The French president's born August 12th, which is typically the 224th day of the year. That's tomorrow, but this year's a leap year, so it's the 225th. But think about it. It's the time of the 224th year in the French Republican calendar, which is what was started at the end of the French Revolution, which followed the American Revolution. They've had all these terrorist strikes in the last year in France, the year of their 224th year, and France's France's revolution, which this calendar comes from, followed the American Revolution. Of course, America and France, a lot of history together. Louisiana Purchase, Thomas Jefferson over in France before coming back, before becoming the president here. Red, white, and blue nations, Masonic nations. Today's date, August 11th, is also the day that leaves 142 days left in the year. 142 days left today. Terrorist equals 142, so does President Obama. And let's not forget that Obama, 119 weeks after becoming president, Osama was supposedly killed. Osama killed 119 weeks, responsible for the September 11th attack, supposedly 11/9. All seeing eye equals 119, Star of David. Obama rhymes with Osama. Barack Hussein Obama. The mainstream media confused Americans and blamed Saddam Hussein. In addition to Osama, remember Osama bin Laden equals 110, just like how tall those buildings were, 110 stories. When you write out 42, it also sums to 142. 42 is a number often stamped on black people. Obama's the first black president. President Obama equals 142, coming right back to 42. What it also reminds me of is what Obama did right after becoming president. On February 11th, 2009, he reopened Ford's Theater where Lincoln was assassinated. February 11th, the 42nd day of the year. It was also a date with 42 numerology that year, a double 42 encoding. First black president, 42 stamped on black people throughout the world. Obama from the land of Lincoln reopening the theater where Lincoln was killed on this day. When the date's written this way, 211, it's a lot like the number 211, which is the 47th prime number. President equals 47. Obama became president at age 47. He became president by the numbers. Joe Biden's the 47th vice president. What we're looking at here is the French Republican calendar. Thinking about the French Republican calendar gives me deja vu of the Pope's visit, and we're going to talk about the Pope in regards to 84, the number coded into the headline. 2015, September 23rd was New Year's Day, the French Republican calendar, beginning the 224th year. The calendar will start the 225th year on September 22nd this year by one version of the calendar, also September 23rd. It's a floating calendar. It switches up a little bit. So anyhow, Pope Francis on September 23rd visited Obama at the White House. He took the White House lawn that day to speak, beginning his speech at exactly 9:23 in the morning. 9:23 on September 23rd. That was the 266th day of the year. Pope Francis is the 266th Pope. Anyhow, Pope Francis is also the first Jesuit Pope. Jesuit in gematria sums to 84. Just like United States of America. Think about Christopher Columbus, who was Jewish, who was paid for by the Catholic Church. CCCC, Christopher Columbus Catholic Church. Catholicism, Judaism, these are branches all under the New World Order umbrella, ruling the world with banking, religion. It's all interrelated. Pope Francis was born December 17th, 1936, a date with 84 numerology. He's the first Jesuit Pope, Jesuit 84. He left the United States on the Jesuit Order's birthday, September 27th. With regards to the celebration on September 23rd, him speaking at 9:23 a.m., that date can also be written 23/9. When he was here, the United States was 239 years old. Very special number to Judaism. Torah in Jewish gematria equals 239. Just like Golden Gate, the Messiah in the Jewish faith will arrive through the Golden Gate. Important symbolism. Here's August 11th, 224th day of the year. This year in a leap year, typically the 223rd day, which is always important. Masonic in Jewish gematria equals 223. The synagogue of Satan equals 223. The name from Revelation given to the false Jews who will rule in the end times. From today until the election is 89 days. August 11th to 11/8, November 8th, two dates that can be written the same way. Death in Jewish gematria equals 118. Lincoln was assassinated after being re-elected November 8th, once upon a time in history. But it really does seem that we're living in these times where something big, something epic, something special might happen to further change or steer the direction we're going as a people, and not for the betterment of any of us. The people who rule over us, who stage history to steer us, they always do it for their control, for their benefit, for their agenda. And it's never for the betterment of us. That span of 89 days, what else it makes me think of is the word religion. We're talking about the Jesuits, the Catholic Church, how it factors in. This nation founded with the freedom of religion, freedom of speech, some of its most important principles. Look at religion in Catholic and Pythagorean gematria, 53 and 35. What else I notice about the span of days from August 11th to November 8th is 2 months and 28 days. United States of America in simple English gematria equals 228. Death in English gematria equals 228. I've said to look out for the date August 22nd because of all that's been coded this year. That date fast approaching, 11 days from today. And with regards to this synchronicity between the French Republican calendar, the Pope visiting with Obama on New Year's Day of it, French Republican calendar has gematria of 213, a number connected to the killing of many black people in this nation's history. Black History Month has this gematria within it. The original Freemason is also Nimrod from the Bible, who has this connection. I just point these things out in case before long we get headlines about an assassination of Trump or Obama or both. Remember, both of their names connect to the number 68. That was a year of two major political assassinations. Martin Luther King Jr., the face of the Civil Rights Act, and Bobby Kennedy, who was running to be the Democratic president. Martin Luther King Jr. died on 4/4, a lot like Obama being the 44th president. Civil Rights Act equals 64. Barack Hussein Obama equals 64. Obama was elected the 44th president 44 years after the Civil Rights Act. Donald Trump began his business career in 68, the year MLK was assassinated, the year Bobby Kennedy was assassinated. You might recall after Scalia died this year on February 13th, 2/13, the 44th day of the year, there was a headline that said, "What's next?" The way they coded the headline, Obama's face was up there. They put it out on President's Day right after the death of Scalia. What's next with the face of Obama with the number 68 coded? It could be approaching whatever they meant with that headline, what's next? All right, truth seeker, until next time.